Hello everyone. We continued our Sonic fan film marathon with another Sonic fan film. This time we watched Spinhead 96's, aka Red Blue Ninja's, Sonic live action movie. So Aidan, what is the plot of Sonic live action movie?
Okay, here it is. Sonic and Tails meet in an elementary school parking lot, and they turn into PNGs of themselves and flip upside down really fast. And then Sonic is walking through the woods and he sees his dad. And by his dad, I mean the actor's dad. And he pushes him over slowly and steals the Chaos Emerald out of his pocket. And then he goes and sees his dad, but this time his dad's playing a different character. And then
Uncle Chuck.
Sonic's
Uncle Chuck.
He calls him Unky.
Unky Chuck and Sonny
Unky
Boy.
Chuck.
Sonny Boy and Unky Chuck.
And Unky Chuck used to work for Eggman, who's played by his actual uncle,
or maybe his father. It's hard to say.
It's played by a relative.
Played by some sort of relative.
And also, there's a real female in this movie for about 4 seconds. Some girl from his anime club plays Amy.
Yeah, we did kind of a deep dive before recording, trying to figure out what we could find. It looks like Spinhead 96 has been making videos for quite some time.
It's difficult to say because this is his second channel. His original channel was deleted at some point.
I think it's a kid and his anime club and his father and uncle or something, and teacher maybe participates.
Yeah, so him and Eggman meet up in a public park where you can hear children playing in the background.
Army! Only an army with the...
Children playing in the background.
Eggman starts shooting a miniature toy AR-15 at Sonic, and then Sonic...
In a park with children and grown
Sonic,
men.
Manlet, Tails, and Twink Knuckles all beat him up. And then Sonic meets Metal Sonic, who's perhaps also played by his dad on the high school track team, on the high school track. And then the wind is so bad that you can't hear anything.
The real Sonic the Hedgehog.
Quit copying!
Dad's face metallic blue would have looked better.
And then there's about 3 straight minutes where you can't hear anything over the wind getting caught in the microphone. And then Sonic and Metal Sonic run laps and then punch each other, and then he goes supersonic and beats Metal Sonic. So Connor, what did you think?
Well, you forgot that Sonic and Amy go on a date.
Yes, that is
Do
true.
an awkward hug.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright.
How do you think the anime club girl felt about having to hug the stinky Sonic, man?
She must not care. I mean, she's in multiple films with him, apparently. Sonic live action movie is unique. It is definitely from a technical... It's definitely from every standpoint the worst films we've watched on this channel. It packs a lot into a short time. He kind of says he finds a hooded man in the woods and steals his Chaos Emerald. Then he defeats Robotnik and steals his Chaos Emeralds. And then he fights Metal Sonic. All in a span of 20 minutes. The costume department is non-existent.
Yeah,
Which
it's
I mean,
multicolored T-shirts and bad wigs.
it was hard to tell if it was a meme at first because it's just some dude in a blue wig. A lot of the time it's just a dude kind of Naruto running around, but sometimes he speeds up the camera.
His hair, he's a ginger and his hair always sticks out of the bottom of his wig. Knuckles has like a shitty 80s glam band wig for some reason, and Tails doesn't even get a wig.
Tails just wears the hoodie.
Tails doesn't even wear the right color
At
shirt.
least the girl has the pink. That's another reason I think the girl's part of the anime club, because she has like an actual realistic, nice looking pink hair.
Yeah.
That looks like something out of like a legit like anime girl cosplay.
Well, like Sonic has the blue shirt and the blue hair. Knuckles has the red shirt. Oh, Sonic also gets shitty golf gloves. Golf gloves?
Yeah.
Knuckles has the shitty red wig and the red shirt. And then for some reason Tails just has an orange shirt because they couldn't find a yellow one somehow. Like, you have one fucking job. Tails ain't orange.
Yeah. Obviously, like, there are times there are shots that are not just out of focus, but beyond.
Horribly out of focus.
Beyond out of focus, where it's like, it's literally just a blur. You can't tell what is going on in the scene because it's just a blur. And add that with scenes where you can't hear entire lines of dialogue.
Because they're covered up by the wind getting caught in the mic.
And it's really awkward too because there's times where he's like, they walk towards camera and they're 10 feet away talking in the same volume. So as they get closer, you can hear them better. Like, I don't expect inline mics, but you gotta hit a point where you're like, okay, these are the tools I have. We're gonna have to figure something out.
He does ADR at some points too.
Yeah,
but
which is bizarre.
There's two problems with the ADR. First, he has
puts like a
there's
filter
three.
over it.
He has a shit quality mic. He puts like an echo filter over it to make it like
Sound like
so that you
it's
know
like an
that it's like
internal dialogue or whatever.
Wait, I still have the chaos sounds. All 7 of them.
But it makes it sound like tinny and shitty. But then he also leaves the background audio of in there, so you can't hear fucking shit. It's so weird.
My favorite scene is, I'm the real Sonic. No, I'm the real Sonic. No, I'm the real Sonic. No, I'm the real Sonic. And then something else happens, but you can't tell what's going on because it's just the mic crackle, the wind crackle.
Oh
the mic.
God.
Yeah.
And the editing, man, where everyone will say their lines, and then there's like a 4-second pause before they turn off the camera.
Right.
He doesn't edit out the pause, so it's just like
even much better fan films have this problem, or like low budget movies, where at least there's like some semblance of quality control. Like, you know, very amateur, but that's a thing very amateur filmmakers do, so I'm not really that surprised. But there's a lot of aspects that are bizarre to it. I mean, it's just very, very weird. The locations they picked were weird because a lot of it was like filmed in our house, filmed on the track by the middle school, filmed in a public park where children are in the background.
yeah. See,
Like, they filmed in the woods for like one scene. It's like, with a movie like this, I don't expect you to build an elaborate set for Dr. Eggman's fucking lair.
yeah, no.
But, you know,
But
if you're gonna meet Eggman, don't meet him by the fucking volleyball courts. Like, have Eggman chilling in the woods for no reason.
Filming in the woods is a good compromise because the trees block the wind, so you can actually hear what's going on. And also, there's no one around, so it's not going to be annoying. Every time they filmed somewhere else,
There's like kids
There'd be,
laughing
like,
and dad at
kids
AK-47.
laughing. Like when he's in the park, when Eggman's in the park, you can hear kids like screaming to each other on the playground. When he's in the parking lot doing the spin dash, which is just like a horrible image of him like just flipped up and down really fast, you can hear like cars going back and forth in the background, plus the wind noise. Plus, oh god, it's just like so weird. It's like, it's complete amateur hour, you know? It's really something.
It's very bizarre. I mean, what I can say is it was a small town anime club, but you gotta look at it and be like, what is too far beyond our means? Because there's a point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to write this Sonic script, but it's kind of written like a picture book where it's like Sonic goes and he finds a mugger and steals the Chaos Emerald, and then Sonic goes and fights Dr. Robotnik, and then Sonic goes and fights Metal Sonic.
Also, you know,
Like, even from a script level, it's kind of just like,
talking about the limitations, he had an actor for Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Amy, And then his dad plays the rest of the roles.
His dad and
his uncle
or
plays
teacher or
Eggman.
whatever, Slot and everything else.
His uncle plays Eggman, and his dad plays literally every other role. They're like fucking Big the Cat. No, here you go, Dad. Fucking Eggman's henchman. Here you go, Dad. Mugger.
Sonic,
Fucking Metal Sonic. Fucking Super Mario. Luigi. Dr. Mario. Like every fucking character in this fucking thing is played by his dad.
It's a very bizarre film. So Aiden, would you recommend Sonic live action movie?
Yeah, I would. Sonic live action movie is like a bizarre journey into some guy in like Idaho or something's mind and his terrible amateur attempt at filmmaking. This is his most viewed video by a long shot. He has less than 100 subscribers. This video has about 4,500 views, and most of his videos seem to have around 10. So just like us.
Basically.
He's it's
He's
funny.
like us, but with better subscriber engagement.
His videos are funny. I mean, this movie is hilariously awkward to the point where even if you don't know anything about film, just the sight of every line of dialogue getting drowned out by wind noise
It's
and
got
static.
a bizarre level of charm to it.
There is something very charming.
There's
about
some weird, deep-rooted charm to this film.
it. You know what I like?
It's just some guy's like, I'm gonna spend the night. He wakes up in the morning, or like the night before, he's laying in bed. He's like, I'm gonna make a Sonic movie tomorrow. And this dude in Idaho got the anime club together. And
I like how there's never a clear shot of Amy in this movie. You see her from a distance, and then you see her on the bench with her head turned away. And then they're talking at the end of the movie, and she's facing him, which is also away from the camera, and they hug and it ends.
Do you think she
There's
felt
never
so
a clear
awkward
shot.
or something?
I don't think so. I think it's just badly filmed.
Sonic is also the focus too. Like honestly, if I had to recast it, I even said like the guy who played Tails. Yeah, he's shorter, but I almost would have casted him as Sonic because he kind of had like a squeaky voice and was like the most slender and like Sonic-esque. And then I would have made the tall, awkward kid Tails, maybe. Maybe
It's
the tall,
tough to
awkward
say.
kid could have been Sonic.
Well,
I mean,
the tall, awkward kid.
You only
had,
got that pool.
The tall, awkward kid had like the squeaky voice. He was like, "I'm Knuckles. I'm really badass."
I guess he could have been Sonic,
He-
and then the
see-
short kid could have still been Tails. And I think the
Tall, awkward.
Spinhead 96 should have been. I think he
Knuckles,
should have been
because
Knuckles.
he's a big guy.
Yeah, he could be the big tough guy or something.
Yeah.
But he just felt like a bizarre choice for Sonic. He had the deepest voice. He had the
Biggest body.
I guess he had the most charisma. Maybe, I don't know. There wasn't really much
Well,
of
Knuckles
anyone
didn't
else.
have any charisma.
The only lines that were really
know-
written were his. Like everything else, and every character sounded exactly the same.
You know what really made me laugh? The funniest part of this movie is when he's talking to, what's his uncle's name?
Unky Chuck.
When he's talking to Unky Chuck. And Unky Chuck keeps messing up his lines and they don't reshoot.
Called a roboticizer. It turns flesh, bones, nerves into mechanical.
He's like, you have to go to the roboticizer and destroy it because
They roboticized.
it roboticizes humans and bones and he
it's
like
meant to
shrugs.
create
He like
longer
shrugs
lives.
and they didn't cut it out. Like, I think he was like unsure about his line. He was just like, and they turn them into robots. It's like so fucking weird. Unky Chuck is a character, man.
Unky Chuck was the exposition dump, and I think the kid probably thought way too hard about this underlying plot that's never shown or explained. And so he probably just had like the most complex dialogue and has no idea. He's like, "What are we doing about?" And he's like, we're doing a Sonic movie.
It's
You're
about the
like
roboticizer,
one of
Dad.
Dr. Eggman's like guys. And he's like, oh yeah, you told me about Dr. Eggman before. What do I gotta say? And it's like the roboticizer. Turns matter into fucking machinery. And then every other line's like, I like chili dogs. Rose is my girlfriend, I guess, even though that's not really established. Also, I think the most awkward scene is they couldn't think of why Dr. Eggman just had no army. So there's a scene where they're in the park and he's like, you in what army?
Where did they
And he's
go?
like, what army? What army? Then he looks around, he's like, where did they go? It's like, what?
I think the funniest one is.
I mean, obviously they had to work
one
with
of the
their
other
means,
funniest-
but you don't really make Dr. Eggman a threatening villain, so what's
one of
point
the other
story?
funniest parts is they look away and start talking after they beat Eggman, and then Tails turns around and he's like, Eggman's running away.
And also, I'm
And
gonna...
for some reason, I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke, but Eggman is like waddling into the woods. He's like running like this into the woods, and they're like, shouldn't we go catch Eggman? And Sonic's like, nah, we'll get him later. It's so fucking weird, dude.
Yeah,
This
this
whole
whole...
thing is just a fucking
It's bizarre.
bizarre, awkward, amateur mess. So anyway,
I also thought, like, when he went supersonic was kind of funny, because he has his blue wig the whole time, and it's showing
his
that he's
hair's
Sonic, and instead of just
sticking
buying, like, a
out.
blonde wig, when he becomes supersonic, they just didn't want to do that.
He
Like,
just
they
takes
forgot
the
the
wig
day of shooting,
off.
so it's just, like, fucking...
he just switches into a yellow
Dark
shirt and
dingy
takes the
again.
wig off.
Yeah, basically, is what happens when he goes supersonic.
Oh god. So would you recommend Sonic fan movie? Whatever
No,
the
it's
fuck
not
called.
Sonic fan movie, it's Sonic live action.
Sonic live action
Sonic-
movie by
Sonic
Red
live
Blue
action
Ninja, aka
movie.
Spinhead 96, aka something D'Angelo to something.
James D'Angelo. Oh, we just kind of doxed this kid.
It's on his fucking.
It's on.
YouTube
It's
page.
in the fucking credits. I don't feel bad. I can say Robert Downey Jr.'s name when he plays Iron Man. I can say James D'Angelo's name.
Yeah, those are very comparable.
Whatever.
So
Anyways,
would you recommend this?
I mean, it was a 20-minute movie and it felt like it was 45. Part of it was the weird pacing because the movie felt like it wasn't anywhere near done until they show up. They're like, the movie feels like it's just ramping up, and then they meet Dr. Eggman and beat him up, and you think it's done, and then he's just like, now it's time to find medals. And I have to save Rose because he got the note from Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
But then Rose isn't even there, it's just Metal Sonic. And then Rose is just sitting at the park waiting for him to come back. She's like, why didn't you tell me we were saving the world? Like, wouldn't you know he was saving the world? I mean, your ass just got kidnapped off screen, and you were saved off screen, and everything that had to do with that plot line was off screen, because you probably could only film for like a day.
Big thanks to whoever made the Sonic fan movie playlist, even though it's also filled with like Let's Plays and shit for some reason.
Yeah.
Because this hidden
I think
gem,
we could
I don't know how
actually technically
I don't
look.
know how the guy who made this playlist.
Nathan Wheeler's Gaming, thank you.
I don't know how
Shout out,
Nathan
Nate.
Wheeler somehow discovered this obscure masterpiece, but thank you so much for bringing this to me.
Yeah. Wow.
So would you recommend that
You-
thing?
You already asked me, and I already said. Oh wait, I was going on a tangent about it. I mean, what the hell? Honestly, watch the video. Show the guy some love. He doesn't have much support on YouTube. Neither do we, but you know, we have slightly more support than he does. That was me. Dabbed on
Okay,
you,
let's try.
fucking red spinster head, and it's 69. Yeah, show the kid love. Watch his movie. Actually, I don't feel like you guys can show him love. I feel like
Leave
everyone
a nice
should watch
comment.
This movie.
Just
No one's gonna leave him
You
a
know,
nice
be
comment.
nice.
They're gonna
Be
go
nice.
over there and then shit on his ass.
I left him a nice comment. Call this video cute.
If you're gonna go
Probably
there,
the first comment he's gotten in like 15 months.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can watch it. It's fucking free. If you want to watch it, you can. All these fan movies are free. Why do I even recommend it? Like, you can watch it or you don't have to.
Oh, let's try
Do
to find.
whatever.
Let's try to find at least one more.
All right.
Not this 45-minute one though.
Or where the guys are wearing fucking hoodies. Will from Superior is wearing a hoodie.
Damn savage, I will.
Anyway.
Even Will's not that retarded.
I'm not saying Will's not retarded. He just looks. whenever you want to stop vaping.